Good morning, everybody. We are here at Muscari Fine Flowers and Events in Roslyn on Long Island. They're kind of a well-known floral shop here on the island. They produce incredible work, as we will show you, and you can probably see from our viewpoint. So excited to be here, and thank you so much for coming on. I think we're on episode 9 of Behind the Bouquet. So, you know, it's been fun, and we're excited to talk a little bit about design and events and weddings and how to really bring everything to life today. So welcome to Holly, Kobe, and Jane.
Hello.
This is your team here at Muscari, if you ever come in to meet with them for a wedding or event. And we'd love a little bit of background. Kobe, let's start with you because he is the owner of the store. And maybe can you tell us a little bit how you kind of popped into the floral industry?
So many years ago, I started on the other side of the field. I was importer. I used to import flowers and sell to the most famous flower shops in New York City. And years goes by, and I fell in love with Long Island, and I saw an opportunity to start a high-end, unique floral design, and I opened up Muscari about 18 years ago, and here we are today.
What is Muscari? Is it a flower or?
Muscari, actually, it's a name of flowers that comes up in the spring. It's has a little very special fragrance, and it's a little tiny flowers that looks very unique and beautiful. And this is what we basically represent: unique and beautiful.
Nice. And what about the two other members on your team here? Jane, what's your background and role at the store?
Well, I'm the director of events here, and basically it was a hobby that I turned into a career, and it's something I love. I love dealing with people. I love working with people. I love hearing their ideas and become creative to make their vision become a reality. And with this team that I have here, that's what we do.
Nice. And Holly?
And I am the general manager here at Muscari, and I come from a background in design. I was initially doing costumes and sets for television and film, so this was my way of taking my experience and putting it to design events. And I love working with color and flowers and bringing the creativity in a different way into people's homes and people's events.
Lovely. So what you get when you walk in the door at Muscari is kind of a more intimate experience to flowers. They really know what they're talking about, and like they all kind of mentioned, they really put a unique twist on every event. I can say without a doubt that none of our events have looked the same. Even if some of the brides have had similar, streamlined visions, you really know how to spice it up and really just make, that wow factor when guests enter a room. Can you talk a little bit about an ideal time for a client who's getting married in September to come and talk to you, about their flowers for a wedding or event?
I would say the sooner the better. Once you have your venue picked, that's when it's time to discuss decor. Before then, there's really no point because you don't know what your backdrop is going to be. You don't know what your setting is going to be. Because we do coordinate ahead of time, we love to do everything as soon as possible. Because then all they have to focus is on the rest of the planning of the wedding. There's so many more details just other than flowers and decor.
Right. And do you have any, tricks of the trade? Like, say a big one is like petals on the aisle. What some clients say, like if it's windy, do you have a trick of a trade to make them stay down? Do you, is there any like insider secret to keep that you do use that you want to share?
You always need to plan ahead. So you have to expect the unexpected. If it's a windy day, you bring more petals. That is it.
I've heard some people put like water on the petals. Is that
It could be just to make them a little bit more strong, but there is many others ideas just but using rose petals. We've been using garlands of greenery. If it's on a different surface, we use garlands of flowers. It's many different aisle decors, but just using rose petals.
Are you seeing anything like trending this year? Like any particular flower or design that like every client that comes in is like, I need this?
It really changes client to client. Everybody has their own vision, what they're looking for. I know Jane and I, we constantly go through Instagram and look at what everybody's doing, and we're always looking at art and culture and the celebrities, and we kind of try to tie in everything that's happening out there into our designs to make sure that we are cutting edge. We have noticed recently a lot of hanging flowers, like a lot of ceilings that are fully
Installations.
Mhm.
Yeah. And do you guys, have you seen Mandy Moore's wedding pictures?
Yes.
With what's that?
Tulips?
No, it wasn't tulips. It looks like you find it on a beach almost. Like, it's not seagrass though. The pampas leaves, is that it? I'll look for it.
We'll have to look at it again.
Yeah, they like definitely, I think that's one that I've seen, like I personally want to do a wedding like that.
Right.
Well, also a lot of people just want some simplistic but yet romantic, very organic looking, nothing that is just pom-pom made. A lot of people are going down the organic, like Meghan Markle, when she had her bouquet, which is so simple but yet elegant, and
Yeah.
that's what a lot of people really try to strive, that feeling of simplicity and elegance and romance, of course, because it is a wedding.
Right, and I mean, I know you guys aren't sitting directly under this centerpiece like I am. This is massive and it's stunning. You can see like hanging flowers on the other side. How much does this weigh?
How much it's
How much does that weigh? I mean, I don't think I could pick that up.
probably about 70 to 80 pounds, maybe more.
That's,
It's a workout.
yeah, that's crazy. I'm glad I don't have to move those from it. And this is a new piece you were saying that you just brought in? It kind of
This
like caught
is
your eye?
one of the new pieces that we starting to work with that could incorporate a lot more flowers on it. Could be more custom design with more floral on the bottom
Like
part
a low
of it.
high.
Yes, and different presentation on top as well. Not just the rounded shape.
One of my things, I am a huge fan of custom linen. Like bringing it, not using the regular linen from the venue or hotel. And I love bringing it in. I would kind of say it almost makes the centerpiece.
Absolutely.
It does.
Yeah.
Details
It
are
helps
everything.
a lot. It's the background of beautiful
And
flowers.
it adds that extra special touch, because sometimes in the venues themselves, sometimes it's that polyester white tablecloth that just doesn't have the same finish as something like this. Like, we like also to always work with the clients and come up with beautiful linens that are going to give it that extra special touch, and
Right.
that ties everything together.
Mhm.
And like, if you look at this, I love how the light reflects, and you see the little bit of sheen, and it ties everything together. The dusty pink here, just like we have the pink
Yeah.
in the arrangement.
And even like if this was dark outside now, you would like, this would totally pop and make it look incredible. Joy from the Finishing Touch, she's my go-to linen lady. She says that the linens are like the picture frame for a beautiful picture.
Absolutely.
Well, it's like this. If you're wearing a beautiful outfit, if you wear the wrong shoes, it's gonna kill it. So.
Good point, good point. And Jimmy Choo always helps.
Of course, you can never go wrong with that.
So how do you come up with inspiration? I know we touched upon it before, where a bride walks in and, they might show you like a huge Pinterest board. And it's funny, a lot of the times I find that the Pinterest board, they're showing you the same picture, probably 100 times in one board, but they want it, but they want something different. So how do you take that one picture and customize it? What goes through your mind?
Many time is what type of piece we're using, the stands, the containers, the colors of the containers, the shape, and then translating the look of the flowers to different containers, working with different design, different heights, different. It's all customized. So once we look at the idea, we translate it to what we do here.
And I'm sure everything plays a role, like the venue, you know, if it's at a barn, it'll be
More
Right.
rustic, we're
Yes.
not.
right. Or if you're going to the St. Regis, that's completely different.
Oh, yes, exactly.
Absolutely, and I think it's also about asking the right questions to the bride, because a lot of times they have difficulty articulating what it is exactly that they're looking for. They have these images, but as you said, they don't want that exact thing, and they're not really sure what it is that they want. So we
Right.
really have to be the investigators and ask them the questions to pull out, okay, what is the most important thing? What is the key to their vision? What do they absolutely have to have? You know, and then go about it and show them different things. And as Kobe was saying, pull out different vases based on what
Right.
they're saying. And it's a lot of pulling out different things, showing them different flowers, looking at different color palettes, and looking at the whole thing together, looking at the bridesmaid dresses, looking at, as you said, the venue. Every single component is going to tie in and change how we're going to go about the design.
You make such a good point, because when I meet my clients, I want them to understand what I come from, and I'm a small business, and I do my best work when I work with other small businesses, you know, like yourself, because I appreciate, not that, you know, the big businesses are bad or anything like that, but I appreciate being able to pick up the phone and call you, or at the, you know, consultation, like it's a real sit down, you're pulling out things, you're talking, like, you know, and at the initial consultation, most of the times I walk out and the original starting point is nowhere where we finished.
That's really what it is. We want to focus on what they don't like, because they like everything.
Yeah. One thing is prettier than the next.
Exactly. We want to know what they don't like, so we know what road to avoid.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's great about us. It's more personal. There's that personal touch. You're not just another wheel in the wagon. You are someone we're going to focus on, because we also take pride into our work. We do not want to present something that we're not proud of.
Right.
That is our main goal. We give you what we're proud of. We're just excited as you are. Because yes, you're getting married, but we're doing the fun part.
Exactly. Now, we have to talk about money. So, you know, every wedding is beautiful, no matter if you're spending $10,000 or, you know, $300,000 total on a wedding. You know, that to each their own, but there is a price point, and, you know, things that some people have to sacrifice, or things. Many times florals are an area where my clients fall off their chair when they get a proposal. You know, how do you address that? How do you, you know, if you send a proposal out, I always let's put the kitchen sink on the table and then pair back. Is that a good way to approach it, or can you talk about it?
So, from the business point is, when the client come in with a specific budget, we actually working with the specific budget and trying to create something that will fit what they're looking to spend. If they come in with a little bit more specific and their own custom design, so we have to price it as a custom design event, and it's something a little bit different than the budget that they might have, and something that we always work with. So it's a price for budget, it's a design for budget, and it's a design for custom.
Right.
So.
And you know, we always speak about that. Labor is a huge part of it, and I think that they forget that. People are like, oh, you can just, you know, buy some flowers online, but
Yeah.
those flowers aren't the flowers that I am looking at. And I know, you know, I work with a bunch of florists, and I do know that Kobe and his team they have very high quality flowers, and they never sacrifice that, no matter the budget. Where do you get your flowers from?
We have flowers actually this time of the year coming from New Zealand, from Italy, from France, from Israel. Most of it come from Holland, South America, all over the world.
And okay, so one thing, moving a little bit away from events, a flower shop is always stocked. So I know that's part of the business. that's just kind of for walk-in customers and people who send like weekly flowers. But you have, those are bonsai trees over there, right?
Mhm.
So
Myrtle
they're just,
trees, yes.
what are they?
Myrtle
Oh.
trees.
What is that?
It's
A type
evergreen. Yeah, evergreen.
So kind of like a garden, like a desk plant?
Yeah.
Yes,
a lot of
they're
people have-
they're great in offices. They're great for like houses, more very modern, chic look. A lot of people are going for the succulents. Who are looking for more of a clean look, and also this is great for men.
Right.
You know, if you want to give a man a gift, some men don't want flowers.
So how do you know how to keep, I mean, this is a more direct question for Kobe. Like, I'm so intrigued. Like, these are flowers. You have to keep them alive. And how do you know how to keep a store stocked like a flower shop?
Thank God, we've been here for 18 years. We built up a very good clientele that, supporting our business for so many years. And through the years, we built up enough business so we can carry enough varieties of flowers in the store on every day.
Yeah, and Kobe, having been now in this industry for a long time, he really knows the ebbs and flows of the business. He knows, like, where we have Valentine's Day next week, so we have, 7,000 roses coming in, and amongst other things, and different varieties.
To start the holiday.
And then he'll know when it's gonna be a little bit slower, so then we might adjust the inventory at that point. But at this point, everything goes in a cycle, and so we know, okay, these weeks are gonna be super busy, we need to have extra stock. These weeks are gonna be a little more quiet.
Let's cut back a little bit. It's just something I was always curious about.
But the
really
key
wanted
is
know.
to keep the store always stocked with merchandise and fresh at all
Right.
time, no matter what holidays or.
Mhm.
It's always fresh flowers and good quality.
So you have 7,000 roses as the first order for Valentine's
Yes.
coming in. So what, you unbox them, you have to cut them, what's
Yes.
that process like?
Flowers comes in boxes, directly from the farm. They need to be treated. They need to be cut freshly, put in warm water, being developed.
Warm water.
Warm water, yes. They drink
Ah.
better when they come in warm water. It's a trade secret.
There you go. I always
And-
put my flowers in probably
Yeah,
cold
warm water always helps.
Okay.
And they need to be at least a couple days in water developed so they can get strength and bloom. So that's the process of receiving fresh flowers.
We also have our staff in the back will go through, each flower is handled and cleaned properly, so that by the time
It's
they
a whole
come to the
process.
front, they are ready to go into an arrangement.
Gotcha.
And
So
it's
they
this-
pull the arrangements directly from your
Yes.
refrigerator?
Yep.
Yeah, and it's the same process when we receive flowers for an event. So we
Mhm.
normally order specific flowers for each event that we create. So it's the same process, getting them ahead of time, let the flowers develop, bloom, be treated in cut water, and warm water, and make them beautiful for presentation.
Now, Valentine's Day is next week, so I know you already have like hundreds of orders in. Are people still calling?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's a man holiday, and it's always a last minute, which makes it a little bit difficult for us, but we're very, very well prepared.
When's the last time you can call in a Valentine's Day order for you guys?
Same day, last minute, we
Yeah.
always have.
We'll do
Yeah,
it.
we will figure out how to accommodate all the orders. We always do. We always make it work, and in one way or another, we'll make sure that it happens. But yes, anybody that can get it in early, we definitely appreciate it. But we will do our absolute best to make everybody completely happy on Valentine's Day.
Amazing.
Yes.
And so I know you're usually closed on Sundays, right? So you're not open for business maybe this Sunday, but you're prepping.
We will be here to prepare, yes, and people are welcome to come in and see who we are and what we are.
Nice.
Yes.
Roses are obviously the Valentine's Day flower, but is there like a new trend happening or?
Well, we try to stay away from what's typical, what's mainstream. What separates us from all the different florists is our unique twist to making arrangements. We don't give the mundane 12 long stem roses. We come up with an artistic way of presenting them, and that's what's so, like Holly and I are just so excited with the different arrangements that the team has come up with that we're going to produce for Valentine's Day.
Nice. Now, one of your signature, like you got a Muscari thing, and I think you may have started this, is the wrap.
The leaf wraps.
The leaf wrap. I had never seen that before, and we've known each other now like 6-7 years.
Yes.
And now it's on trend, so you were way ahead with that. What triggered that?
Normally, we wanted to keep the water clear, so in order to keep the water clear, you have to kind of line the stems. And some people didn't really like to see the stems in the arrangement, so we looked for something that will compromise the arrangement. And we started using long pedestal leaves to line the container, so it kind of hide the stems and keep the water clean.
Huh. Another trick.
Yeah.
Do you have any, go-to flower secrets, like for someone who receives a bouquet? So we have warm water. What is that plant food? Like, definitely put that in?
We
or?
actually use it here when we prepare the flowers. It's good to have them when they're fresh cut.
Mm-hmm.
What we really recommend is to add water every day. Keep them in a nice room temperature, not close to, when it's cold weather, close to the heat, or the direct air conditioned air, and they should be lasting a week plus.
Perfect. Very nice. How many flowers are in this?
It's a good
A lot.
question.
A lot. It's about, I would say, between the two colors, about 60 to 70 stems of roses,
Wow.
and another 30 or 35 stems of hydrangeas and lucianthus.
Now, I've kind of almost been over, like, the ball on top of a big pedestal thing, but you've kind of drawn me in again with this. So it's a unique twist, because what are these things sticking out?
This is
Those are
lucianthus.
lucianthus.
Okay. And there's hydrangea and roses.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, when you walk into a room and you see 20 of these,
Yeah, you're gonna be kind of blown away.
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
again, I can't emphasize the quality of these flowers enough, but this is full. I mean, we've learned that it weighs about 70 pounds, and so I don't think another florist would do that. Like, how much does this piece cost?
It's average between $450 to $600. Depends. We can expand it to be a little bit larger, so you could work with a little bigger budget.
Mhm.
But anywhere from $450 and up.
And I imagine like a great venue for this would be like a ballroom type
Yes.
setting.
Yes.
And what's nice about this specific piece is that it comes in two different heights, so we can do high and low. Still medium high and taller.
That's
So,
nice, like to give
Yeah.
the room some
Mhm.
depth.
Yes.
Is there anything else you guys want to touch upon? I think Kobe's camera shy because he really talks a lot.
What I really like to say is that I really like to thank all our clients and all our vendors and all the people like yourself that we've been working together that help this industry to move forward in creativity and quality, and we need a lot of what we have here.
Nice.
Keep going. Thank you all.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. This was a pleasure. Again, we'll be reposting this, so keep up for updates. Maybe we'll do a top 5 things we learned.
Sure.
Warm
Fabulous.
water in
Sure.
bouquets.
Something to look forward to.
Pop quiz.
Yes. And really, come to Muscari for all your floral needs. I can't say enough about this team. Really incredible craftsmanship, I think, above everything else.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.